This is Pass the Rock.
Hey, coach, are we set? Do we want to go 1 versus 4 or 2 versus 3?
Hey,
For a reminder,
we have to
your 1
introduce.
seed. Yeah, your 1 seed is John Harbaugh. Your 2 seed is going to be your 2 seed. Your 2 seed is the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. Oh my God, is that Kevin? What the fuck is? Hello, that's
Johnny
that's
Bravo. Hands
Okay,
of God in
that-
my house.
I've never-
Wait a second. Cancel that. It's only me.
All right, and then you have Omar Epps of the Pittsburgh
Got the
Steelers.
same one.
Mike Tomlin, baby. And then lastly,
The
Zach
disrespect.
Taylor representing the 4 seed Bengals in the
Boring.
most boring picture you could find.
I tried to type in funny, and this was the best thing on.
He's just a boring person. There's nothing.
He's just an SEC assistant football coach.
That's exactly what he is. I got nothing. Let's just go on this one. All right, gentlemen. Which one do we want to go with first? Do we want to go 1-4 or 2-3 for the fights?
I just YOLO it.
Yellow it. All right, I'm gonna flip. Yes, Patrick. 1 versus 4. All right, we're gonna start off with John Harbaugh and Zach Taylor. We're going to the tail of the tape. John Harbaugh, as our YouTube audience can see, and maybe not for our Spotify audience. John Harbaugh stands at around 6 feet tall. He is 61 years of age as of this recording.
Damn. He looks
And-
great.
Right? It looks way better than his brother right there. I'll tell you what. And then his opponent, 21 years his junior, Zach Taylor. He is 40 years old, standing at 6'2". These gentlemen are about equal in height, but clearly Zach Taylor has youth on his side. But does he have experience? Does he have the fight, the drive that John Harbaugh has instilled in his Baltimore Ravens? We'll find out. Now, we'll spin the wheel on the screen. You'll see it somewhere. What it's going to land on. And the winner, or the match that we're going to get for this one, is a good old boxing match. That's right, fellas. Put your dukes up. We're going to go into this right now. All right. So, I'll lead things off in this scenario of how I believe this fight's going to go. John Harbaugh, Zach Taylor, both men over 6 feet tall. They're about equal in length. So who has the advantage here? It's going to come down to stamina. John Harbaugh, older fighter, probably doesn't have as much gas in the tank, but you know what? He has NFL pedigree. You know, his brother was a professional athlete. His dad was a head coach. I'm sure he did some stuff in college. He's nothing to laugh at. He's nothing to scoff at. All right, he's been around the ring once or twice in his life. More than can be said for Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor, you look at him, he looks like he has a glass jaw. Look at the Harbaugh's lineage. All of them have really pronounced chins. They can take a punch to the chin, baby. So, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That could definitely take a couple jabs or two. He has no chin. He has no chin. All right? That man is all cheek, all cheeks, all jaw. Why? Why, Becky? Oh, man.
I gave him too much power.
The audio only is not going to know what came on my screen. But anyway.
So to speak.
So to speak. Goddamn. No did
He did it.
That's right. Anyway, so I'll lay this off, right? This is going to be your traditional 12-round boxing match, but this boxing match ain't going 12 rounds, baby. All right? John Harbaugh, he knows his physical limitations. He's gone through the whole training camp. He's taking this seriously, like he takes every game seriously. And then you have Zach Taylor, the all-shucks-looking dude. Listen, he thinks this is just going to be a nice, friendly exhibition. John Harbaugh doesn't treat it like that. All right? As soon as that bell rings, they touch gloves. John Harbaugh immediately goes for a haymaker, goes for a right hook, goes for a left cross, uppercut. He's working the body. Zach Taylor has no idea what the hell is happening right now. His corner is screaming for him to like defend himself. All right. He tries to back out, hugs on him. Ref has to separate it. John Harbaugh, he's emptying the gas pretty quickly. He's like a Hummer, right? No gas mileage, but it's a big car.
No
big
Diddy
tank,
for that
baby.
one. Okay.
It was. It was just it wasn't ready. I was not prepared to Diddy. But hey,
wait, what do you mean you weren't prepared to do it? Oh god, damn it! Anyway, so what happens next? Everybody can see it coming. It's a shot heard round the world. All right, Zach Taylor goes in, leads with a straight left, and then Harbaugh comes over the top. Both men hit each other simultaneously, but only one tanks the hit and stands victorious.
The shot was so good, knocked my camera off.
With a first round knockout, John Harbaugh wins. What the fuck was that? I didn't know you had a fucking drop, an audio drop of me. Anyway, I heard a TKO in my ear just now.
That was that guy.
I did the Justin Timberlake TKO.
Oh, I thought that was my voice for a second. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, so Caesar thinks he sounds like Justin Timberlake. All right.
That's right. Hey, I could. You've never seen me at karaoke. Anyway, John Harbaugh knocks out Zach Taylor in the first round before he gets gassed out.
This man over this man.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Gentlemen, I'll let you decide who wants to go next.
I mean, I'm ready, Patrick, but if you feel like...
Go ahead and take it. You're good.
All right. So, look, Caesar put on a production for us. I think I'm going to do like a Rocky movie, and I'm not going to necessarily give you the whole fight. This one...
Gonna need a montage.
We're going to give you a little montage. We got back and forth. We're going to simulate to the 8th round here. Slobber knocker fest. We've got a true fight here. We're talking about brawn on one side. We're talking about skill on the other. Zach Taylor, he's an offensive mastermind, they say, right? Exactly. That's what they say. And that's what he,
Who says that?
They.
They gave us something that.
They. And so since they are having this.
How's Burrow doing?
Having this great bout. Obviously at the end of a round, you have to go to your corner, right? So at this point, after a hard-fought 8th round, both fighters go to their corner. Of course, Jim Harbaugh is in John Harbaugh's corner, and he looks at him. He says, "You know what you have to do, because who's got it better than us?
Nobody."
John gets fucking hyped. Turns around, slugs Zach Taylor right then and there. As he's walking back, his team's already put the stool out for him to sit on.
Gross.
He falls. He's not the poop stool, the wooden stool that a fighter sits on. Not necessarily wooden. I think wooden's old.
You're gonna hit me with $1
In
billion
this case,
baby.
it's wooden.
God damn it.
I think this is going really well.
He falls and he hits his head on the stool, and now he has a catastrophic spinal cord injury and is a quadriplegic.
And the winner.
So Zach Taylor just wins by default.
The winner is John Harbaugh because he won. He's still walking.
Oh, Zach Taylor. Okay. I was so distracted by it.
It sounded like it was his stool. It sounded like it was Harbaugh's stool.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Harbaugh hit Zach Taylor as he's walking towards the stool.
Oh, okay.
And then,
So by virtue of
not allowed to take that.
I think that's already gone. I think Scary Movie 3 already did that.
All right. Scary Movie reboot in the works.
Patrick, go ahead. Even though we know who's advancing, we still want to hear your scenario.
Yeah, and the minute you brought up boxing, and then I heard Harbaugh was going to be in it, my first thought is Harbaugh's just going to take the money Mayweather route, which is not really box, and just play for points because he's a boring ass motherfucker.
Especially against somebody as physically imposing as.
So yeah, Zach Taylor's going to come out with a lot of energy, swinging, and Harbaugh just Joe Flacco needle and prods him, and he wins by points, and it's boring, and everyone's really upset they spent $60 on that pay-per-view.
Relatable.
Well, advancing to the next
It's my
round
commentary
of the AFC
on modern
North.
boxing.
Advancing to the
CTE, right?
CTE, baby. Advancing to the next round, then is John Harbaugh. Who will his opponent be? Let's find out next. In the 2 seed, it is Kevin Stefanski at a young, spry 41 years of age, 5'11". This is a rematch of last year's AFC first round battle where Jacob Bethke famously said that this fight would take place in a court of law.
That's what I really appreciated, that I was able to find this picture that the Cleveland Browns fans had posted on their subreddit. That
This is a Johnny Bravo, Kevin Stefanski meme for the audio audience.
Because I was kind of wondering, like, how to make fun of Stefanski, and of course, last year I just said he would sue somebody because he just looks like a rich little pretty boy, and apparently that is just how he is viewed. He looks like he's a self-entitled ass, and I appreciate that.
There you go. Well, there is no court of law battle here in this version of Head Coach Fight Club, and his opponent in the 3 seed. It is the most tenured coach in the AFC North. It is Omar Epps' lookalike, Mike Tomlin, at 52 years of age, listed at around 5'7", 5'8". We'll give him 5'8". We'll be kind.
I had no idea he was that short.
Yeah, definitely.
I probably said the exact same thing last year,
I
too.
mean, our football players always going to be the tallest. It depends, They've got some big guys.
Well, I don't even know if he was a player, was he? I don't know.
In college, I think he was at William and Mary.
Does that count?
Exactly. But that means he had a lot of heart. He was a little guy with a lot of heart. That's why he became a coach.
That's right. And that's why he went so far in last year's.
Does this look like a football guy?
Despite y'all's best efforts, I was able to push him through pretty far.
Hey, man.
I don't recall me trying to get him kicked off early.
I'm just saying, getting sued in the court of law.
Just missing all these Diddy opportunities here.
Hey, I was told if I used Diddy too much, it would get taken away.
I don't know. When someone says get him off, I think that's probably
our audio only listeners are they're missing out. Please,
Nick,
I think James
is the man retarded? I mean,
shouldn't use that word, but sure.
Developmentally,
but sure. You shouldn't use that word, but sure.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Okay.
It just felt like a good moment to keep the derailment, but it got us back on the rails too.
Okay. Back on the rails. We're just going to go ahead and see what kind of fight they have. So, what does the wheel say? We must abide by the wheel, for it is absolute. All right. The Head Coach Fight Club wheel dictates the first bout between these two men. Or the bout. Oh my God.
You get a joust?
It is. It is a medieval joust.
Well, fuck.
So, gentlemen, this medieval joust, for those who don't know what a medieval joust is, it requires 2 combatants in full armor with a giant lance on a horse, speeding towards each other. I believe that, God, what's that one actor that passed away years ago?
Knight's Tale.
Heath Ledger. He was, I believe, in a movie that was about medieval jousting.
A Knight's Tale, yes.
A Knight's Tale. So these men, this is what happens. They're both out at a coaches convention, and they are at medieval times. Medieval times, they lost their theatrical jousters. And these 2 men are drunk enough to volunteer. They get walked through, right? And as they're doing the walkthrough for this, things get heated backstage, right? You got some Steeler fans going on there. You got some Cleveland Brown fans. They're just so happen to be there, and they're egging these guys on. It's like, oh, man, which one of you would actually win in a real joust? And Mike Tomlin's like, obviously, it's going to be me. All right, look at me. I'm big. I'm strong. I can hold that. I can hold a real spear. And then you look at Kevin Stefanski, pretty boy. It doesn't really like work out like that, you know. It's just all for aesthetics. Nothing's functional here.
Why work out when you can read PFF grades?
That's right. Why do that? And so Mike Tomlin, he just kind of scoffs and, you know, makes a little snide comment. And then one devilishly short and handsome Hispanic man who operates this entire fight club sneaks in some real spears, some real lances, right? And then they go.
Where were you? How did you smuggle lances into a building?
Don't worry. I have
Jacob's got his finger on the Diddy button right now. Yeah.
Anyway,
he tried to call the shot.
So,
he tossed up the ball, getting ready to smack it out.
So these two men, listen, these two men, they joust, they go, they meet. They both have really shitty wooden spears. But here's the thing. One man is really, really intuitive. He knows what's happening. He can sense danger. It's Mike Tomlin. He knows where that lance is being pointed at to. He angles his shield just right, manages to deflect it, catches Stefanski right in the throat. That's when he realizes it's a real lance. Stefanski's dead, right? Dead, bleeding profusely from the throat. It's over. Our winner in this scenario is Mike Tomlin, and that's how you make medieval joust entertaining, baby. It takes place at a goddamn medieval times.
I respect that. This one's difficult. You know, I don't have enough frames of references. I don't have enough to roll on here. But I do know heights and I know weights and I have a good idea of things. So I'm thinking I'm going fucking Mythbusters here. I'm going sports science. If Stefanski can't hold the thing, then he's going to have a little bit too high of an angle, right? Because he's going to have it there. Therefore, his baton or whatever the fuck, his little stick, his lance is going to fucking just go right above. It might brush the shoulder if it's lucky. Meanwhile, Tomlin, he's a precision guy. He's small, he's stout, he's got all the ability to hold that big long lance sturdy. Thank you. And yet also, yeah, okay. And then and I think that he just straight through the face takes Kevin Stefanski out.
They do wear helmets. But anyway.
I mean, straight through the helmet into his face.
Yeah.
I guess you do have to have an eye hole.
Ultimate leverage play. He also has a faster horse. This isn't any sort of rigging situation. This is just circumstance. He just happens to get a horse with a little more torque or power, better thoroughbred. Science right there.
That's right.
Can't argue with science.
Patrick?
Yeah, so my scenario starts a little bit like Caesar's, where they're kind of just drawn into this out of nowhere, and neither one of them's ever jousted or probably even ridden a horse before. So Stefanski's like, let me get some time on that horse first, and Tomlin's like, yeah, whatever, I don't need it, but you go ahead. And while Stefanski's out there practicing, trotting around on the horse, Tomlin runs out, sticks his leg out, trips the horse, just like he tripped someone on the football field one time.
Respect.
The horse sends Stefanski flying.
Didn't he shoulder check him?
No, he straight up leg out tripped a guy.
Right, okay. Wasn't there a coach that did shoulder check it? Anyway, doesn't.
Yeah, so the horse stumbles, Stefanski flies, hits his head hard on the ground. He's unable to compete. Tomlin wins by default.
Beautiful.
2 unanimous fights.
There we go. And now we have the 1 seed against 3 seed. John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, in what is known as a classic matchup of Steelers Ravens. We know that these fights, or rather these games between the two teams get heated. It gets personal, it gets ugly, and that extends to these head coaches. Now, let's take a quick review of the tail of the tape. John Harbaugh, 9 years older and about 3 to 4 inches taller at roughly than Mike Tomlin. There you go. The chin, the Omar Epps. Now, gentlemen, this is going to determine who goes into the winner's bracket, who goes into the loser's bracket. Let's go ahead. Spin the wheel one more time and see what it says. Oh, wise wheel, what is our game?
Wheel.
All righty. It is professional wrestling bouts, baby. We have a pro wrestling matchup between these two. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass this off instead of hit lead off. I'm going to pass it off to my Wrestling Royale co-host, Patrick, to lead things off.
Sure, yeah. So we have John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh comes out. He's got his little cute intro. They play the Omar whistling Farmer in the Dell or whatever from The Wire. He comes out there. He's ready. He's in the ring. Lights go out. Lights come back on, and there's his opponent in the other corner in a luchador mask for absolutely no reason, with the Steelers logo on the back of it.
Nice, okay.
Fuck yes.
And so they start to fight, and it's a little even, kind of back and forth. And then Harbaugh's got his opponent on the ground. He's going for the pin, and then what's that? What's that? Oh my God! It's Mike Tomlin running out of the crowd with a chair. Mike Tomlin smacks Harbaugh over the back of the head, pins him. 1, 2, 3. The masked stranger takes it off, and it's Omar Epps. The two of them teaming up to confuse Harbaugh, and Tomlin takes it with the chair to the back of the head.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I love that.
It was really well done. Yeah.
All right, Bethke.
You can tell I've watched
I need to
at
go
least
second
10
here.
wrestling matches over the last week.
You brought the heat there, and I think that was good. I'm going to bring the nostalgia, and then Caesar can bring the real professionality to this. The way I look at this as a throwback bout. Great minds kind of thought alike here, because I too envision Mike Tomlin to be wearing the luchador mask, but as a bizarro alternative universe Rey Mysterio. Jim Harbaugh. He's fucking Mick Foley. He's fucking Mankind. He's fucking all of them.
Love that.
Where's Diddy? He's
Diddy's-
fucking all of them.
And Diddy's refereeing the fight. Celebrity ref.
they're
Celebrity
all
ref.
just
Okay,
running away
so-
from the ref the whole time.
Do they do celebrity refs anymore?
They just
yeah.
do special guest referees,
Yeah.
but like
Or guest
from
referees?
the wrestlers. Yeah,
Oh.
but they're the wrestlers and not like actual celebrities.
No.
Although Snoop Dogg, I think, did do like a celeb ref thing last year. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
remember when the balls, when the balls were coming out, they let Lonzo and I think they let all three of them, but I think they let Lonzo and LaMelo for sure sit in a ring while a fight was happening. And LaMelo proceeded to yell in the microphone over the stadium PA,
beat his ass.
beat the ass, beat the ass. And I was like, they're never letting the NBA back in here again. I was like, God damn.
And they did not.
Fucking LaMelo. What an awful person to pick. But anyway, look, ultimately, this starts as a complete ass whooping. You know what I mean? Big time ass whooping. Rey Mysterio flying all over the place. Whatever you want to call the version of Rey Mysterio this is.
Mike Tomlin Mysterio?
Yeah.
Tomlin Mysterio.
Yeah. Tom Mysterio. He's flying all over the place, beating everybody up. But it all ends, of course, when John Harbaugh, not Jim, or is it Jim? Maybe there's a switcheroo going on. We don't know because at this point we have the belt mask, right? Isn't that the Mankind mask?
Yeah, the weird mask. Yeah.
So you know
It's
what's coming
it's
next.
almost BDSM.
Is it Mr. Sacco?
Mr. Sacco is going to have to come. I wish I was wearing socks right now, or I'd do it. It's time for Mr. Sacco to come out. Boom, right down the gullet. And just like the last few seasons, Jim Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens are showing their former big brother. Oh, what?
What? Oh, it's
Patrick.
Mr. Sacco.
I didn't know where that Mr. Sacco was coming from.
It came
Patrick,
from where
we
Mr.
thought-
Sacco comes from.
Mr. Sacco. It looked like you were using Mr. Sacco for some nefarious activity.
That's where he pulls him from every time.
Did you say nefarious activities?
So I have John Harbaugh winning this bout, taking over. Or we have a tie, so it's up to Caesar now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for, to come in to be the tiebreaker. So let's go ahead and lay down the rules of this match that's going on right now. All right. So we got our entrances coming in. John Harbaugh makes his way through. He has, Patrick said something from The Wire was playing. I think John Harbaugh would just play some Bon Jovi or some shit. Comes out to the ring, but he does make a reference to The Wire. Yeah, because he grabs the mic.
Crowd goes,
And he whoa! That's right. He cuts a promo, and he's talking about Mike Tomlin, who's in the back, and he makes one Wire reference, and it's that if you take a shot at the king, you best not miss.
Naturally.
Tosses the mic into the audience,
shit.
and then Mike Tomlin comes out, right? And it's he comes out to black and yellow. Oh, yeah, right? Is that the song?
Yeah, and
Black and
then,
yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
and then
That's right.
Lil Wayne did the
Black and yellow,
stupid
black and
Green
yellow,
Bay
black-
Packers version.
Yeah, and that's green and yellow by Lil Wayne. But yeah, he comes out to black and yellow. That's right. He walks out. You know, he's playing.
It can't be an instant classic like, hold up. We them boys. Hold up.
That's a better song than Black and Yellow.
Debatable. But he comes into the crowd, you know, he's like, he's high-fiving everybody, just playing up to everyone. You know, he's the baby face. Everybody loves him. He's like, it's Mike Tomlin. He's been around the block, you know. They love the Steelers. They love the logo. They love the classic. But the bell rings, and all that's out the window. The crowd is on the edge of their feet. These two men, they lock up, and it starts off like an old-school classic wrestling match. You have John Harbaugh, puts him into a headlock, takes advantage of him being a little bit taller. But the shorter, hungrier, you know, a little more stout man that Mike Tomlin is, he goes full perk angle and just starts suplexing the guy. You know, he gets out of the hold, German suplex, again and again. John Harbaugh, you know, he rolls out the ring. He needs to take a breather. He's getting his ass kicked. The ref is doing like 1 count, 2 count, 3 count. And as soon as it hits 8, Harbaugh comes back into the ring. And as Mike Tomlin comes over to try to hit him with a clothesline, lights go out. The referee, he's just heard yelling, oh, yeah. Lights come back on. Referee's gone. All hell breaks loose, right? These two guys bring out the weapons. They're hitting each other with kendo sticks, trash cans, steel chairs, right? It's a bloody mess. These two men are beating each other up. They busted each other open. It is a downright slobber knocker, as good old JR Jim Ross would say back in the day on Monday Night Raw.
Slobber knocker.
All right, these two men, they're getting back to their feet. They're exhausted. The referee's coming to, but who comes out the crowd? Oh my God. It's the CTE man himself, Antonio Brown. Comes into the ring, stomps out.
Put
He
that
stomps
shit
out.
on. The crowd
Put
goes
that
nuts.
Put that shit. I would. If I was in the crowd, I would have instantly become.
And then you just hear, put that shit on.
Oh, Antonio Brown, just like that punt return where he brought his cleat to that one man's chest. He does the same thing to the ref, takes off the shirt that he has on, and underneath, it's a referee shirt. And then what happens? He low blows Mike Tomlin. John Harbaugh hits him with a stoner. Fast count, 1, 2, 3. your winner, courtesy of AB, John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh advances to the winner's bracket. Mike Tomlin, sorry. Thank you for trying. If you're in the loser's bracket, you're going to have to work your way through yet again because you just weren't that guy today.
I can't believe you guys do this to Mike Tomlin.
Hey, he's still
I can do
around.
it to him. I can do it to him. It was Antonio Brown, AB.
I'm a
It was
little
out of my hands.
I'm a
It was
little
out of my hands.
upset that Mr. CTE didn't get confused and hit the wrong guy, but
Now the CTE,
he had a lucid
used
lucid moment.
yeah, he had just one clear-headed moment before the CTE took back over. Okay, because
just immediately started calling Harbaugh a cracker right after the fight.
That's right. Immediately. Oh, it's like the Green Goblin mask.
He put
The
that
CTE
shit
got
on.
to it.
He put that shit
Ah.
on.
This is Past the Rock.